Welcome to the start of a big day in Bloemfontein. We bring you Grey College against Paarl Boys High School. It is the Mutual and Federal Premier Interschools, and we are live from Grey College in Bloemfontein. And we go all the way back to 1855 for the start of Grey, and they take on a school established in 1868. The weather forecast, 23 degrees. It's actually a lot hotter than that in the commentary box, I can tell you. And there's hardly any wind out there at all. It's a wonderful surface. The Grey boys are about to entertain us. Now, I mentioned the fact that Paarl Boys High are playing against them today, and these two sides have played each other 40 times over the years. Grey have won 32 of those, and there have been 2 draws along with 6 wins for the boys from that school, Paarl Boys High. But you only have to go back to 2012 for the last win by Paarl Boys High. That was 28 points to 18, and in 2011 it was a draw. Now, interestingly enough, Paarl Boys High are ranked 2nd in the country this year, whereas Grey are not having a great season, even though they've only lost the 1 game, and they are ranked 5th. Now, that's the way that Paarl Boys line up. They are unchanged from the side that you may have seen in our Wilderklauwe Schools Festival on Monday, and that was the team that beat Ychir Janssen by 19 points to 14. They've actually, this shows how professional we are these days, they've actually had a run out, a sort of a post-training run on Wednesday against a team from Jacobsdal, and so they are fresh, they are ready for a big challenge from these boys. The Grey College side, by contrast, 9 changes in the team that lost against Monument at the Wilderklauwe Festival on Monday, including the entire front row, and there's been a bit of a mix-up in the back line where Dion Hoos, who impressed a lot of people with his pace on the right wing at Wilderklauwe, he has been moved to fullback, and Jandre de Beer slips out of the side. There's also a change at fly half where Eduard Janse van Vuren is taking over from Mario Vieira, who has dropped down to the bench. Now, before we have a chance to talk more about Grey, let me introduce my guest commentator alongside me today, Andrew James, Butch James to his mates. Welcome, Butch.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. And we've just seen an entertaining game from the second 15s where Boys High went away winning that 31-24. So, yeah, a lot of talk around the field as well from the Grey parents, as they're a bit worried about today's clash. They got a feeling that their team are really up against it, against this Boys High team who are unbeaten so far. So, really looking forward to Kickoff.
Well, let's remind you, of course, that it is a premier inter-school competition, not just in rugby. They've been debating mountain biking, golf, hockey, table tennis, and more. So there's been a huge influx of parents from the Cape, and I'm sure a lot of them will be going on to the big game tonight, which is just a couple of blocks away from where we are now. And that will be the Cheetahs, of course, against the Stormers. And that should be a real cracker, Butchie.
Yeah, let's hope that everyone does move across to the main game later on. It will be good for the Paarl boys to support their team, the Stormers, and obviously the Grey guys supporting the Cheetahs. I'm looking forward to that one. We saw great games this morning, especially the Crusaders and Hurricanes game, a lot of running rugby, and the teams, the Stormers and the Cheetahs are known for that, so hopefully we see a bit of that later on.
Yes, well, I shall be taking a step over there. It's wonderful to see, as always, Grey College packed out. And here come Paarl Boys High onto the field now, and led on by their captain, the number 6, Frank Andreas van Wyk. Interestingly enough, it's not a particularly big back row that Boys High have got. Indeed, they're not a huge side, but they do have 2 locked forwards at 1.99 m.
Yeah, I was about to say, I think you're looking at them compared to their locking partners. They are certainly a tall lump of meat, the 2 locks. So, yeah, I'm sure they will be dominating the lineouts today.
Yeah, well, they're up against 2 relatively small locks in schoolboy terms these days for Grey in George Rousseau and Janko van Tonder, who are both 1.86 m. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens at the lineouts. You can expect, I think, a lot of variations from Grey College. And here they come, led out by their captain, Werner Roberts. He's the 8th man. And he will now go back to join his fellows and lead them out onto the field. Always a wonderful atmosphere, rugby at Grey College. And the boys in blue with the orange numbers will be playing from right to left on your screens. And of course, Paarl Boys High in the famous striped jerseys will be playing from left to right. It's just a breath of wind into the grey boys, and it is they who will get proceedings underway. Referee Peter van Vuren. And we are ready to go. Just checking with the Paarl Boys High team, and it will be Eduard Janssen van Vuren who's stepped up from the second team to get play underway. Good height on that kick, and one of those enormous lock forwards wrapping his arms around the ball, but that is in touch. So we're going to find the answer to our question about the grey line-out straight away. Hooker for grey is Daniel Rust. And straight away you saw a hand in from one of those enormous locks for Paarl Boys High. So it was actually a little bit of a knock forward. But, grey managing to secure the ball. They take it forward through Jaco Wessels. And now the first real opportunity, just short of the Paarl Boys High 22. Scrum half having a dart, Neil Duro. He's one of the few players retained from the side that lost on Monday. Now the pick and go. Making good ground here, Gray. Chances out wide. And that is not what they needed. At the end of the move, David Sneeman, the left wing, not able to hang on to the pass.
Yeah, good play there from Gray, but the Paarl Boys up to the challenge, and good defense from them. Maybe it was a long pass there. They should have maybe just kept it in there with the forwards, and there wasn't much on to go wide, so he must earn the right to take the ball wide. They should have just kept on doing what they were doing. They were making some good yards there.
The grey pack overall is a heavier one than their opponents. They will try and make that count, but that looks like good ball for Boys High. Good tackle coming in from Eduard Janssen van Vuren. A little bit of a delay clearing that ball, which put a bit of unnecessary pressure on Tyreek February, but he has found a good touch.
Yeah, good exit play from Boys High. I think that's come straight from the training paddock. Very well executed.
So just inside Boys High territory, Daniel Rust to feed the line for Gray. And this one was not where it was intended to go, but it was grabbed by Janko van Tonder for Gray. Look at that though, the counter ruck from Paarl Boys High, coughing up the ball. Lombard sets the back line away. There's a big hit coming in from Werner Roberts, but that ball is still available. Fly half Rehan Lombard is very highly rated, and he's getting lots of ball early in this game. Now the step from Vickers Groenewold. Big tight head prop is Lombard again. That's unfortunately gone forward. Gray will have the feed to the next scrum. What a fancy bush, there's just a few nerves out there.
Yeah, definitely a few nerves out there, and Boys are doing quite a lot of playing in their own half, but that's what we came to see, them using the ball and taking out wide. So great hands there actually from Salman Murat, the big tall lock. Don't often see tall big lock forwards with such silky skills like that. It's good to see.
Didn't happen when I was at school, I can tell you that. I was a lock.
Yeah, no, you can see it in a few Super Rugby games as well. The locks won't have skills like that, which is quite disappointing to see.
Now, Gray just had to wait for Yuri Berger wearing number 7 to get himself ready for the scrum, and now they are ready. Neil Duro to feed. Oh, he's out of tight head very nearly.
45.
Stuck in the tunnel.
Yeah, it was a good strike there from De Jong. Could see his purple boot, I mean his pink boots there from a mile away, having a full go at that ball.
There's a lovely angle for you to see that pink boot. If it comes out of the shadow, have a look. Yeah, there it is. And he very nearly grabbed it again. And that is turnover ball.
Yeah, you can put that penalty down to De Jong. He had a good strike there, and it wasn't a good channel for the Grey Boys. And I think it was JC van Schalkwyk who had to assist it a little bit with his hand there, and well picked up by the linesman.
Rayan Lombard has not found touch. The clearance kick coming from Hoos, and well grabbed there by Nkukani. Now opening up the far side of the field. That's a very well-placed kick for Boys High.
Yeah, it was maybe in two minds there. I think he wanted to maybe pick it up and then thought against it, so tried to just pedal it back, and it was right next to the linesman, so it was easy for him to see.
Well, the Grey captain Werner Roberts got very high in that line out, trying to do some damage, but it has come back on Boys High side. Some nice stepping amongst the back line there. Quick pick and go. A very confident beginning from Boys High. They've given away the penalty though. Grey will look to take play back into Boys High territory. Good kick.
Yeah, not good attacking ball for Boys High there from that line out. It wasn't nice and clean off the top, so you're always going to battle if you take it one channel too wide for your cleaners to get there.
And you can see the flank forward there very clearly grabbing the ball back into his body. And there was a man on his feet over the ball. He had every right to it. Penalty. Boys High, once again, though, have stolen the line out, and it is clearly going to be a major problem for Grey in this game. And there's another line out, and the Boys High boys won't mind that.
Yeah, especially with 9 changes, Andy, it's never easy for a team, especially in the line-outs, something that you need to practice a lot of, and you're chopping and changing your side, it does make it difficult.
Straight over the top this time, and uncontested effectively. That's gone forward at the breakdown though. Basic error from Boys High. Knock on came from their scrum half, Bradley Thane.
Now, he's been very prominent so far, has Murat, with a few hands carrying the ball, trying to steal a few lineouts.
The other thing about Murat, the man you're talking about, 1.99 m, 110 kilos, and he's under 17. Pick up off the back by Roberts for Grey. Duro steers it down the touchline. I do get the feeling early in this game, though, that it's almost damage control for Grey. Tells a story, doesn't it? They've lost 3 lineouts already. So here go Boys High. Oh, there's a huge tackle. Lombard sending it. Nice show of the ball there, and the sunny bill from Manuel Russ. Tyreek February is held. Lombard, you see how flat his players were there, and that might have been the cause of the knock-on. Now Duro with the box kick. It's not really his best kick. It's given plenty of time for Boys High, and they decide to go for the up and under through Jean-Luc Silliers. Now Grey looking to expand matters. This is what they need to do, keep ball in hand. That's a lovely little offload. Some good play by the lock forward Fontonda there. Now it's taken on by the other lock, George Rousseau. Starting to open up for Grey. When they put the phases together, they look a dangerous side. Janse van Vuren is held, but there's plenty of options on this left-hand side. In fact, the Boys High prop forward is saying we need troops across here. Giro may have taken the wrong option there. Still chances for them though. Forwards going forward as a tight group. The loose head is Steph Brits. Just short of the 22 now. Now back from Duro, Janssen van Vuren with the switch. Just running out of options, and eventually it reaches Manus Borsov on the right wing. He's got nowhere to go out there, and that's going to be turnover ball.
Yeah, brilliant defense from Boys High, nowhere to go for Gray. They look dangerous when they keep the ball in hand. There's been one or two pointless kicks from Duro, giving the ball away.
Saw Sean Erasmus there, who's in charge of Boys High, formerly in charge of Glenwood for several seasons. And now downtown from Jean-Luc Siliers. That's a very big kick, but it's well collected by Goos. Taken on now by Sneeman, halfway line. Pick and go is well done by Yuri Berger. And now driven on by George Rousseau. This is where Gray do look good. And chip into space from Janssen van Vuren. And very well kept in play by Boys High. A few forwards may have been shouting to him, let it go into touch. Oh, nice play from Duro there, under pressure, managed to keep the ball in field and join his forwards. And here they go again. Tight head is Hideo Bierkes. Janssen van Vuren throws the missed pass. Two men to bring down one, but he's done a very good job on the ground there. Janssen van Vuren got himself a little bit isolated, but did well. Duro is sacked. And that will be scrum for Gray.
Yeah, boys, come boys.
Yeah, just running out of numbers, Gray. They're playing nicely same way, but the big boys especially are just staying and not coming around the corner. That's why they're running out of numbers.
Crouch. Bind. Set.
So plenty of ball for Gray. No scorers yet in the game. Pick up from the captain. Oh, it's gone forward in the tackle, and this will be a chance. Oh, poor pass. Under no real pressure there.
Yeah, it was a pity. That's a good opportunity for Boys High to counter-attack from the rip ball from Grey College, and that's why Manuel Russ couldn't catch that ball, because it went a bit too far forward.
Bind.
More handling errors than you would anticipate on a perfect autumn day in Bloemfontein. Neil Giro gets it out in front of his fly half. Nice pass. Sneeman is well tackled by Tyreek February, just outside Boys High 22. Potter forwards waiting for it. Options either side. Sneeman coming off the left wing to add a little bit of impetus. He gets it to the 22. And now they've got a Potter forwards here. And one of them is Yuri Berger, who's been quite prominent in the early exchanges. Penalty to Gray, offside against Boys High.
Offside.
I would imagine after all of that effort, yes. Captain straight away says, skop.
Nie water nie. Nie water nie.
Yeah, much better play from the Grey boys. Great to see as well David Sneeman coming off his left wing, looking for some work, doing well there. Yeah, just catching the Paarl boys offside. think they've got Vickers Groenewald offside. Does remind me a lot of Thomas de Toy's build. Maybe not as big Tom the Tank Engine, but he is a big boy.
So David Sneeman playing on the left wing today, played in the centre on Monday, and that is a beautiful strike. And Gray are in front.
Seven.
We've had nearly 15 minutes.
Keep your shoulders on at scrum time, okay?
Well, I mentioned how old these two sides are. Not the sides themselves, but the schools. The teddy bear of Gray looks fairly nonplussed with matters. Back in play, and Gray have managed to control it eventually. Taken up by Bierkus. Boys High putting some pressure on, coming up very flat in defence. A little knock forward though. They'll come back for the scrum. And Gray on their own 22, and they haven't been that far back towards their posts for quite some time.
Yeah, I think it's the first time we're seeing the boys close to the grade 22. Just not getting that possession and position of the ball, so I'm sure they'll be wanting to run this ball back from Gray now.
So Giro with the feed. Solid ball, pick up by Roberts.
Support your body weight, dance on the ground.
Referee
Support
says
your body weight.
flank off his feet.
Get up.
Well, it's a perfect way to get out of your own half or own territory, is to get a penalty, earn yourself a penalty, and like that you're able to kick the ball down and get possession of the ball again. Call from the ref was not supporting his own body weight. It's pretty hard for us to see from there. I think that, like most rucks, a lot of bodies in there.
This time front ball is good for Gray. Janssen van Vuren. That one's been semi-charged down, but it will work for Gray. Good support play. Janssen van Vuren, there's not much of him. Doesn't want to be tangling with the forwards too much. There's a huge hit coming in. It looked like Ruben de Villiers who made that tackle for Boys High. Good hands there. PR Serpentine, and then a little stab through kick from him. Good pressure coming through from Gray. And that'll be another penalty, kickable position. Boys High just a little slow out of the blocks in this game.
Yeah, there's been a few aimless pointless kicks from Grey College, and there was one from Serpentine there, a bit of a nothing kick there, but one that was hard for Cilliers to control, so ended up working for them. Play in front of the ball that was knocked on, so offsides.
You saw from that replay, Yuri Berger went down. I'm not sure whether it was a clash of heads or whether he got a stinger somewhere, but you saw the reaction during the replay, and he's the man who's being attended to now. Yeah, and the medics don't look happy at all, do they? So that is Yuri Berger, the number 7 for Gray. David Sneeman is standing over the ball waiting to have a go at goal, but Berger is lying between him and the posts. So let's go back to that replay and have a look.
Yeah, Andy, I think it's just caught his elbow there. They've got the ice on his elbow, so I think his own teammates just hit his, maybe a dislocation of the elbow there.
Oh yeah, I'm not sure it's just a bang on the funny bone. I think you could be right, could be a dislocation. So the stretcher is on, and David Teron has come on wearing number 20, and he will replace the unfortunate Yuri Berger.
Just been popped back into place there by the doctor.
Well, it's good to see. Now the game continues. While we were watching that, they've actually kicked the goal. So it's 6-0 to Grey, both of the penalties coming from David Sneeman. And that's sympathetic applause for Yuri Berger, who's leaving the field. So Boys High need to try and get into this game somehow. Haven't had enough possession, and they haven't made the most of the possession that they have had. This is Nkukane. And they will have a penalty on the 10. A little bit of discussion about what to do with it. And they will kick it goal through Jean-Luc Silliers.
I want you to step back at the right time, okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
Boys are getting a little bit of possession, yeah. They haven't had much in the game, and Kusan with a good carry and tackler not releasing there. Not showing daylight for the ref, and that's what the penalty was for.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because we saw from that replay what the referees are looking for is daylight. You must release him and then go back.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You almost got to exaggerate it a little bit. If you're a little bit too sharp, but sometimes the refs don't pick it up, so it's good to exaggerate it a little bit.
So that's the angle. See the Mutual and Federal ampersand to the left of the uprights. It's a good strike. Has it got? No, just drifting right. So Grey still lead by 6 points to 0. And the Boys High bench, they look fairly relaxed. A number of those boys who've just finished playing in the second team game. Now here goes the captain of Boys High, Andreas van Wyk. 22-meter line. Ruben de Villiers fighting his way through the tackle. And suddenly clear. In touch. They thought they might have burgled a try there, but not to be. Putting the ball in is Daniel Rust. And that's a good jump from Werner Roberts. He's having to get the step ladder out every time they have a line out. Such is the threat posed by those Paarl boys lampposts. Back from Duro, oh dear. And that'll be a scrum with a Boys High feed.
Yeah, maybe just took his eye off the ball for a split second there, seeing where the Boys High defenders were. It's a good attacking opportunity now for the Boys High guys, and they haven't had a lot of ball, so they'll be wanting to keep this and put it through the phases.
Saw the lights of the cricket field on the skyline there, and that's next door to where the main event will be tonight in Super Rugby. Here go Boys High. And that's gone backwards off Sneeman. Still chances. Oh, it's fallen into the hands of Tyrick February. The referee is going to discuss it. And he does give the try. And my feeling watching it live is that's a good decision.
Yeah, it'll be nice. The luxury we've got is that we're going to be able to see it again. Obviously no TMO in these games, so... yeah, I think it was a close one, Andy. I think it might have been knocked on, but you're saying it was knocked back by the Grey boys, so it'll be good to see.
Yeah, that's the one. It looks as if it came forward from that angle, but if you look at it the other way, it actually looked as if it went backwards.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it did come off a Grey hand there. But it was a great break there from Le Grange.
So this is for the lead as we approach 25 minutes, 35-minute sides in schools rugby. And that has gone the other way. So 6-5, Grey still lead.
Yeah, great break this from Jean-Louis. Yeah, Grey College knocked that one back, so good call from the ref and the linesman.
And Tyreek February, the delighted try scorer. So the restart from Grey. Interesting one, didn't give his forwards too much opportunity. Penalty goes the way of Boys High.
Maybe that try was just the boost that the Boys High guys needed to get into this game and lift them a bit.
Yeah, but it's one thing to be ranked above your opponents, but it's another thing to come here to Bloemfontein and beat Grey at home.
No, that's for sure. It's not an easy place to come and win.
Wonderful to see the two stands on the far side from us. One of them completely full of Grey pupils, the other one completely full of Boys High pupils. Must have been 20 or so buses needed to bring up the boys and their supporters all the way from Paarl.
Yeah, and that ball not going in straight. Choosing not to use their two lampposts this time. Go to the back of the lineout. Toughest ball to get in the lineout.
There they are, there's the boys I was talking about coming up in the buses. Wonder what the DVD of preference was. I bet it wasn't Frozen. Front rows have crumpled, but Duro has it. Here's Janssen van Vuren. Yeah, and a nice piece of straightening in the line from Serfontein there. And now there's an opportunity for the rapid house. And over the dead ball line it goes.
Yeah, good chasing back there by February. Lots of speed there.
Oh, that's brilliantly taken by the charging JC van Schalkwyk for Boys High. And it's taken its toll on the Grey defender. I think it was David Sneeman who's taken a nasty hit. So Boys High have 15 against 14 at the moment. Stepping from Lombard, he's tackled by Janko van Tonder. Little chip into space from Cilliers. It's a very good kick, putting the pressure on Cilliers. Cilliers is the retreaded winger, and he's been caught in possession. Boys High there in numbers. The referee will make a decision here. In fact, the ball has been made available. Driven to ground was Gideon Bierkes, all 102 kilos of him. Oh, Duro's kick has been charged down. And Grey still happy to kick the ball. Well, David Sneeman has just come back into the defensive line. There he is, making the tackle on Tyreek February. Good offload from him. Oh, and the ball's gone forward from Jan-Louis Lagrancy with the try line begging.
Yeah, I could see it from up here. One player from each team having a look, just keeping their eyes on the ball. We could see that the collision was coming, and well taken there by JC.
That was the unfortunate David Sneeman. Happy to say he's back, and he made the tackle on February. Good scrum, pick up by Roberts. Looks like another in the long line of fine Grey College 8th men. That was, of course, the position that Hansie Crenier played, the late Hansie. I'm sure his father, Evie, is here today. MC de Jong to feed for Boys High. And look at that. Nobody's going to jump against that, are they? Now there's a little outside break from Manuel Russ. This is an opportunity in the corner. And in touch.
And
he thinks he scored.
I really like the look of February and Becker. Both the wings for Boys High look like they've got plenty of speed and also got a lot of power as well. They're big, strong boys. Just maybe should have given him that ball a bit earlier. He was wanting it. Just bundled into touch, 5 meters out.
So you can be sure that this will be an all-court press for Boys High. And once again, the target man is Roberts, who's really towering in his personal game here, keeping his side in front. Silliers, that was a high tackle. And then Daniel Rust came in. Now Lombard has come into play, scrum half for Boys High, taken on by Rhys Besadenhout. It's quickly available. Boys High, after battling to get their hands on the ball, are really starting to dominate now. Lombard takes it to the 22. Putting the phases together nicely. Silliers with the pop pass to Groenewold. Lombard has a go himself. That's gone forward from Besadenhout. So Duro with turnover ball, and Gray trying to fight their way out of their own territory. Good hands there. Lovely little shipping of the ball to Marnus Borsov. Great charge from the right wing. Boys High have snaffled it. No, I think it is coming back on the Gray side. There it is, Duro. Roberts. Little stab kick from Duro, and it's a foot race. The referee, though, was playing advantage, and he will come back for a penalty to Gray.
Yeah, I thought Gray, after this setup, yeah, they could have brought it wide again to the left, but they decided to go down the blind again. And they earned themselves a penalty, but they had lots of numbers down this left-hand side.
Jens van Vuren sets the line out. 2.5 minutes left in the first half. Crucial throw this time. Oh, and it was the variation, and I don't think they got their signals right. Roberts knocked it on. Everybody was waiting for him to jump high in the air.
Yeah, so important to win your own ball, be it a line-out or a scrum, and Gray just, I think going in a bit too early there definitely wasn't the call.
So, Prinsloo is on. Gideon Bjerkes is off. Prinsloo has already played at least a half of rugby that I know of for the second team today. Oh, that's a little problem for Boys High. Must be careful with lifting the man off the ground there. The penalty goes the way of Gray, though. I would imagine no, they won't. They'll tap and go from the wrong place. Now I would think the referee will be told, yes, we will kick at goal.
Yeah, that's a great thing about watching schoolboy rugby. You saw it in the second 15 game as well, a lock taking a quick tap. It's always good to see these guys having a full crack, no matter what position they play.
So I'm sure that David Snyman will take his time here, and this should be the last action of the first half. Well, it's been an interesting contest. We saw Gray dominate territorially, And Boys High, when they do put the ball together in phases, look very impressive. So Sneeman to stretch the lead. He has done so. And 9-5. So confirmation, the referee has blown his whistle for half-time. And there we go, 3 penalties for David Sneeman for Grey College against the 1 try from Tyreek February for Paarl Boys High. There it is at the break, Grey lead, PBH 9-5.